This has to be my favorite episode of Pretty Little Liars Summer School yet. Kristen here, and we are talking about episode 6. After Noah is attacked by Bloody Rose, that means Tabby and Imogen are next. But when we learn that Redemption House is taking place in Imogen's old house, that's when we know this episode is all about her. While Kelly and the church are touting it as a second chance and a way to purify the soul, we learn from Ash what a redemption house really is. It's almost like a religious play meets a haunted house where they spread hate, especially for the queer community.
Hell House, an apocalyptic level of hate.
The girls decide to check it out to see what they're up against, and while they're there, they run into Chip's mom, who still blames them. We got our eyes on you, Mrs. Langsbury. I also gotta say though, I absolutely loved the girls' outfits as they kind of walked into Redemption House. This show always stays on point with the wardrobe. As they get into the experience though, it seems like each room eerily connects back to something that our liars have dealt with on a personal level. The first room connects to Mouse and her talking to strangers online. The second room has to do with drugs, which can connect to Noah. The third room is a house party featuring drinking, which connects back to Tabby and even Imogen. The fourth room is demonizing two gay guys, which thankfully we had Farron there to call out Henry and Greg for portraying those roles. And then, as if that wasn't enough, things get even darker going into the fifth room. We already know that Imogen's mom died from what they believe was suicide, and now we see Kelly in Imogen's mother's room portraying suicide as a sin, which is just horrifying. At that point, it's like, is this even Redemption House, or is this specifically targeted at our liars?
Not in my house.
Over the course of these episodes, we've been trying to figure out, does Bloody Rose have a connection to this church and this cult that they've sort of been building up? And at first I was like, oh, okay, this is like a no-brainer. It's connecting back to all the traumas that the girls dealt with that A knew, so it must mean that Bloody Rose and this culty church are connected, right? But things completely go into a tailspin when Bloody Rose kills the pastor of this church, the person who's been leading this cult. I don't even know what to think now, but whatever connection that we thought she had to the cult is clearly not the case. I've been trying to think a little bit more about the people that she's killed so far. In those first 2 episodes, it was Nick and Sabrina. I missed it the first time. That was definitely a callback to Chilling Adventures of Sabrina. Then there's Sandy from church, and now this pastor. Let me know if you have theories on why these people were killed by Bloody Rose. The first thing that comes to mind is maybe that they were all sort of these people who came off as virtuous but were really sinning. Nick and Sabrina going off into the woods to be intimate, Sandy being sort of greedy and jealous around Kelly but also going after Greg and being intimate with him. And then you also have the pastor who was having an affair with Kelly's mom. Another thing is a lot of these people are connecting back to Kelly. We do see Imogen confront Kelly about what happened in Redemption House, and she promises to make Kelly's life a living hell. This is also where we get a little bit more information of why Kelly is even doing this. She feels like her sister and her dad are in hell, and she wants to help the whole town escape the same fate by doing Redemption House. This could, again, tie into some of whatever brainwashing could be going on with the cult, with her mom. To combat Redemption House, the liars put together an unofficial pride party at the pool and also make protest signs. I thought this pride pool party was so cute. I love that there is still a balance of like fun summer moments while the liars are also still fearing for their lives and being challenged. I loved like the color scheme here and the energy and how Imogen and Tabby are really happy in their relationships. They want to plan double dates, and Mouse and Ash are the cutest couple in the show, hands down. Meanwhile, it looks like Farron and Greg could be vibing. Let me know what you think about that. I did love that he gave us a nice little Easter egg connecting us to Riverdale.
My cousin Kevin, who lives in Riverdale, he's gay, and I'd never want to hurt him.
And I'm like, ooh, Kevin Keller! With all of this going on, Noah is also conflicted in her feelings for Jen and Sean, and Jen makes things even more awkward by suggesting they become a throuple. While at the pool party, she does reveal to the girls what's going on. I feel like they were a little bit too supportive. Like, great support that she's part of the LGBTQ+ community. We love that. I don't know so much about the cheating, though. She ultimately decides that she does want to be with Jen, but, of course, Jen has to throw another wrench into things. I feel like she's constantly doing that. Sean ends up getting into a fight with his family because his mom thinks that Noah robbed their house when really Jen robbed his house. So now he wants to move out, live with Noah. I mean, she's really all he has at this point, and he's been nothing but good to her. But, you know, even over the course of one day, Jen can't handle this indecision and is already getting frustrated with Noah. Meanwhile, a repairman comes to fix the AC at the Orpheum, and they find a dead rodent in it. But Tabby envisions it's Wes because he's gone missing. Could this be some sort of foreshadowing that Wes is dead? Tabby confides in Christian, they go look for Wes, and while they don't end up finding him, they do find these weird off-brand masks. So get that hint that Wes has been making some of the films that are on Spooky Spaghetti that we've seen? And if so, like, is he involved in what's going on with Bloody Rose? Inspired by the masks, Tabby ends up coming up with this idea of turning themselves into the demons and monsters that this church fears. The girls put on these masks, they want to scare everyone out of the house, and eagle-eyed fans will notice another really cool Easter egg here. One of the masks is of Batty Bat, who is a sleep demon in Chilling Adventures of Sabrina.
Beg for Batty Bat's mercy.
Dude, it's one of the first masks I made.
I love a good sleep demon.
I just love all the little Easter eggs in these episodes, so these ones were really fun. While the girls run everyone out of Imogen's house, they let her handle Kelly, but instead, Imogen finds herself attacked by Bloody Rose. You put two and two together, it's like, oh, okay, Kelly was in that bedroom. Clearly it's Kelly, right? We've been having these theories about Kelly. Apparently not. She takes off Bloody Rose's mask, and we don't get to see it ourselves as viewers, but Imogen says, she drops this huge bomb, that it was actually her mother under these bandages. What?
Who was it? Who was under the gauze? My mom.
What does this mean? This is something we've been theorizing a bit about. Could this be Imogen's mom because she's the one that kind of jump-started this entire new franchise? Or could it be some kind of twin or something like that? But I didn't really believe it, and honestly, I'm not sure if I still do, especially because they have been really painstakingly trying to set up these moments to show us, can we really trust what Imogen is seeing? It also makes you think, like, why would Imogen's mom even do this? Like, why would she terrorize her own daughter and her friends? And I do have a little theory of, if it is really her, what that could mean. First up, I want to bring back that Final Girl poster. I feel like we talk about it every week. This visual, now that we've seen this episode, could represent Imogen unraveling the person who's behind Bloody Rose. Like I had mentioned previously, we get to see the slices on the wrists, the angel wings, the halo, which could represent her mother, but then you do see that Bloody Rose thorn kind of crown, which could tie the two together and make it so that what Imogen's saying is true, that this was her mother. But the fact that Bloody Rose killed the pastor, I'm like, I don't know if she's really connected to this church anymore or this cult. And it also makes me think about this other figure in the middle of this poster, this skeletal, haloed being. What if Bloody Rose is testing them to prepare them to battle this other figure? What if Bloody Rose isn't our real villain and it's like a bait and switch and it's really whoever this figure is in the middle? Maybe that's who the cult has been praising. My brain is spinning. All I can say is this is the best episode so far. The summer vibes, the Easter eggs, the revelations are on another level, and Bailey Madison continues to prove over and over and over again why she belongs in horror, why she's a new Scream Queen. I'm obsessed, and I cannot wait to learn more in the remaining 2 episodes. I'm dying to hear what you think, so let me know your theories, your thoughts, and what is going on with Imogen's mom. We need to know. Consider subscribing if you like this video and get even more entertainment news at popcultureplanet.net. See ya!